We've driven millions of clicks, millions of dollars, and hundreds of thousands of new users for our clients, all through organic search traffic. And this week we're showing Vids Agency, which is a short form video agency led by Zach Pogrub, how he can set up a profitable SEO cluster all through 9 keywords alone. Through these 9 keywords, Zach will be able to generate about 7,200 US dollars worth of search traffic and about 11.2k search visitors on a monthly basis. This is week 6 of 52 in our series called How We Would Grow This, where we show a new company every single week how they can set up their first content cluster so that they start generating profitable, relevant, and high intent traffic so that they can use SEO as a key channel to scale their business. That being said, let's dive into some of the keywords, but stick around till the end because we're going to be showing Zach a bonus keyword that he can optimize his landing page around that'll help him drive hundreds of visitors just from that one keyword, which is a really easy optimization to do. That one optimization alone will help him prove that SEO is a really profitable channel. That being said, let's dive into some of these keywords.
How we'd grow this profitably.
Awesome. So jumping right in to the video, what you're going to get out of this video is us showing you 9 different keywords that you can rank for at each stage of the funnel. That means top, middle, and bottom of funnel. The goal essentially is to help you build an evergreen funnel of traffic so you can present the audience with different offers at each stage. And this will help you build a pipeline of traffic that'll convert. It'll keep on producing leads, revenue for your business as well. And to back it up, these 9 keywords alone are able to generate roughly 7,500 US dollars worth of site traffic in the US alone. But when you rank for these keywords properly, you'd be generating about 11.2k visitors on a global basis. So that means when you write your articles or pages, when you optimize them properly, you'd be ranking for other countries as well, like England, Canada, etc. You'd be able to pick up search volume and attract qualified buyers in those geographies as well. So let's dive into the first stage, which is the top of funnel. But before we do that, let's take a look at our target persona, who is Michael. They are a 33-year-old founder of a startup. And the first stage that we're trying to help Michael with essentially is the top of funnel. So at this stage, Michael doesn't really have too much knowledge of the problem that he's facing, but he has some symptoms. So he's just doing a little bit more research and he's thinking through things like, am I doing something wrong? Am I just overthinking it? He's really trying to see if there's a better way of doing things. So if there is a problem, then he'll continue through to middle and bottom of funnel keywords potentially. But over here, he's really just exploring essentially. So these are the keywords that we'll be taking a look at. Let's dive right into SEMrush and we'll show you the different keywords and the different strategies that you'd want to set up as well for these pages or these keywords. So the first keyword over is short form video. Gets about 720 searches in the US. It's possible to rank. That means that you'll need to generate a few backlinks for the pages as well. You're looking at about 2,500 search volume globally with a 4.91 CPC in the US alone. So that means that it's really valuable to rank for this keyword. If you were to pay for Google ads or Bing ads or equivalent to rank for this keyword in search engines, you'd pay roughly $5 per click. So you can only imagine how profitable this traffic could be when you rank in the top 3 positions. And also the keyword intent is informational and commercial. So people over here are potentially looking to make a decision as well. Let's take a look at some of the different pages that are ranking in the top 10. So the first thing that stands out is HubSpot and Hootsuite and digitalmarketinginstitute.com. They're big websites. They've got a ton of domain authority. And what I mean by domain authority is essentially they built up their presence. Search engines know that they're authorities. They've got a ton of backlinks as well to prove it. That doesn't mean that you cannot rank for this given keyword either, right? So for example, you've got pages like Tag Embed. This is a lesser known company. Not a lot of people have heard of it. You've also got Storyly. They've put together essentially a guide on short form video. So it doesn't mean that you can't rank for it. You can. And let me help you think through how you would essentially put together a page that would rank for this given keyword. So immediately what you see is short form video trends marketers should watch out for. Hootsuite, same thing. We already walked through this. Essentially, it looks like people are putting together a listicle, they're putting through guides, etc., how to use short form video. So right now, the SERPs are all in flux. It seems like the Storyly is showing up for this ultimate short form video guide. So what you'd want to do is essentially anything that you produce on your website, your aim and goal is always to produce something more valuable than your competitors. So gone are the days of using mass generated AI, tools to produce 50, 100,000 articles at once with like a $50 membership. No, you got to put in real effort, put together a valuable page. So that means you want to put together a page like the ultimate guide to short form video content plus 11 tips to get started, right? And what you're doing over there is capitalizing on that listicle kind of approach that HubSpot has used, because listicles they always work. Human beings, for some reason, we love lists. It's just really attractive, right? So that's something that you'd want to factor into that page, and also build a few backlinks as well. Ask a few other websites to link to you. The next keyword is YouTube Shorts versus TikTok. So this gets about 590 visits per month, 18 difficulty, so it's not too difficult to rank for, 950 global search volume. It is more informational, that's why the CPC for this keyword is 0. But that does not mean that it's invaluable traffic. So for example, evidently over here, everybody is just covering YouTube Shorts versus TikTok, YouTube Shorts versus TikTok. So let's jump into the SERPs and let's talk through what you'd want to do. So you'd want to do basically the same thing, right? YouTube Shorts versus TikTok, YouTube Shorts versus TikTok. But then you can go a little bit above and beyond, and you can say, you can also provide some tips for how you can win at short form video. So YouTube Shorts versus TikTok, plus a few tips to win at short form video. And obviously one of those tips would be to use Vids Agency to succeed and put together compelling content that actually gets engagement and clicks and increases followers. And when you actually do put together this page, what you'd want to do is add a call to action on the page as well. And within the call to action, you'd want to have like an email subscribe section over here as well. Essentially what this company has done, you'd want to do a similar thing, have a call to action over here, which walks you through some time tested, data tested tips that your agency has noted for YouTube versus TikTok videos, like which one gets more engagement. And this could be gated content that you provide to people through a simple email flow. And in that email flow, you can very well give them a good offer, an introductory offer that'll help them convert as well. So the next keyword over is short form video editor. So this one is a little bit, the SERPs are a little bit volatile. I'll walk you through that in a sec. Gets about 70 searches per month in the US alone, 21 difficulty, so it's not too difficult to rank for. 220 global visitors, and it's commercial intent. That's why you've got a $2.05 CPC. So this is what I mean by the SERPs are a little bit volatile. SERPs means search engine result pages. The SERPs are a little bit volatile in that you've got some YouTube channels pages ranking, you've got some landing pages ranking like viral cuts and short form video.co. But at the same time, you've also got these kind of pages, which are listicles. They're basically walking through a couple of different short form video editing tools. So in our experience, usually these listicle based pages end up winning out in SERPs. So what you can do is something similar. You can put together a guide on short form video editors and then recommend some short form video editing tools to people. But then you also want to add in that tip and trick, which is that they should work with your agency so that they get real engagement from their short videos. So it looks like this website is actually loading a bunch of JavaScript, which is why it's causing the uh, Chrome to slow down. So that's an extra tip that I want to share, is that always try to limit the amount of content that you load, like these pop-ups and JavaScript on page that you load, because search engines don't like that, neither do human beings. I mean, I'm a bit frustrated, to be honest, that this page has slowed down my computer. So this is just a tip, like don't make this JavaScript load after the person is already on the page. It's a frustrating experience. But that wraps up top of funnel. Next, we'll talk about the middle of a funnel keywords and how you can address those. Let's get started on the middle of funnel keywords that you'd want to tackle. So we're back with our friend Michael, and at this point, he knows that there's a problem, but he just doesn't know if there's a solution or which solution to choose. So you see Michael's facial expressions have changed a bit as well. Over here, he was kind of wondering. Over here, he's a little bit, more surprised, if anything. He's just trying to find the best way to solve his problem. So he, at this point, psychologically has just figured out that other people have these issues as well. He's not alone in the struggle, and he's wondering what other people do to solve for this, essentially. So here are the keywords that Michael would potentially be searching at the middle of funnel. So let's take a look at these keywords and how you would address them as well. The first one being Instagram growth hacks. So this gets about 90 searches per month in the US alone. Relatively easy to rank for. You don't need a ton of backlinks, and I'll walk you through that in a sec. But the awesome thing is that it gets about 1,000 searches on a monthly basis globally, which is really good. It's informational, but you're solving a problem over here for the user. That's why it still gets about $2.94 CPC, because there is high potential that you can convert somebody from this keyword. If they're searching for Instagram growth hacks and you mention one of the best growth hacks is to work with Vids Agency, I can't imagine why they would not convert, especially if you put together a compelling argument and you show the value to the user, maybe even have a good intro offer. I can't imagine why you won't get a couple of conversions each month. That being said, let's take a look at some of the pages that are ranking at the top. So you've got larger competitors like Ladder, Buffer, Reddit, etc. But I want to highlight this one, primemarketingexperts.com. Not really a well-known company, and I'm imagining it's probably one of your competitors who are just not, they're basically doing a bunch of stuff. They've got business marketing, app development, etc. But they put together a really good post on how to leverage the best Instagram growth hacks in 2024. So you'd want to do something similar, but then you'd want to lead with value and show the readers and search engines why you are actually a leader in your space. So it'd be like, how to leverage the best Instagram growth hacks in 2024, plus get our time tested proven resources, something like that in the title. And then you'd be able to produce like a gated content that you can put people through in an email flow, which will also help you build leads and conversions as well, but it'll also help you rank at the top. So these guys have basically put together like a list of hacks. So obviously you'd want to do that, like produce the same amount of hacks that they've got. It seems like they've got about 12 hacks. So another thing you can also do is like how to leverage the top 16 Instagram growth hacks in 2024. So that like when the reader sees that in search engines result pages, they feel a little bit more secure at the fact that their time will be respected. You're presenting them with 16 to 17 growth hacks. The best Instagram growth hacks is a little bit vague. So that's really an easy opportunity for you to win there as well. But then you'd also want to have that gated content, and one of the growth hacks needs to be working with Vids Agency so you can drive some conversions. The next keyword over is how to get YouTube short views. So this is really similar to the Instagram growth hacks, but it's a different channel, of course, Instagram versus YouTube. 110 searches per month. It is possible to rank for it. You might need to build some backlinks over here. 260 searches per month and $1.30 CPC, even though it's informational, because once again over here, the buyer clearly has intent. They're looking to solve a problem. So if you present them with the right offer, you can very well likely have a good conversion or a few conversions per month from that 110 search volume. Let's take a look at some of the keyword or the pages that are ranking. Buffer stands out, Reddit stands out as big competitors. But then I want to highlight over here subtitle.com, a lesser known brand. I've never heard of them before. And what they've done over here is the reason why they're winning is because they put together that listicle. So they put together that listicle of 7 hacks to increase views on your YouTube shorts. You'd really want to do the same thing that you've done on the Instagram growth hacks keyword, in that you want to cover more growth hacks and maybe make it like 12 to 15 growth hacks. And one of them has to be working with Vids Agency. And you just put together a really compelling argument or sales proposition for why the person should book a call or even use your intro offer. Okay, so the next keyword is how to get views on TikTok. This one's really good because it gets a bunch of views. I'm not sure if your target audience is really interested in TikTok versus YouTube, but if they do use your service for TikTok, then this is a really, really good view or keyword, because it's 1,600 searches per month, 33% difficulty, 3.4K search volume globally. So the CPC is a bit lower. It's 81 cents. That could be because TikTok is a new channel, and it could be because I'm assuming that a good portion of this traffic may be consumers. It may be influencers or people that are looking to be influencers, less so companies. But still, if you're working in corporate, in marketing at a company, you'd still be searching the same thing. You'd be searching how to get views on TikTok, because you're trying to build that brand engagement, followers, etc. for your TikTok. So human behavior doesn't change. They would be literally searching the same exact thing. Maybe just a quick spin on it, like how to get more views on TikTok for your corporate video. But high chances are they would be searching something like this. So let's take a look at some of these pages. Sprout Social, Hootsuite, Reddit, they all stand out as big companies. But you've also got this page over here, which is really interesting. It's a forum page. Rather than cover that, let me talk about Hopper HQ, which is one of the smaller brands within the top 10. And they basically put together a top how to get more views on TikTok in 2024. So you can do the same thing, but then you also want to leverage that psychology component that we mentioned earlier. So it could be how to get more views in TikTok in 2024 with these X proven tips. And that X proven tips could be more than what this competitor is mentioning. So, for example, it looks like they are mentioning about, and sorry, their page is still loading. It's a bit slow because they're loading JavaScript on the page, but it looks like they're generating 10 plus um, different growth hacks. So you'd want to cover the same thing, but then also put together a really good, compelling argument on why they should use Vids Agency and how you're able to produce results for people that are looking to get more engagement from TikTok videos. And a really good opportunity over here is to put an intro offer for people. So, for example, they can take advantage of a free trial or a free video or discounted first video, just to test the waters with your agency, see how performance is, and then you'd want to upsell them to your latter offer. Awesome. So we're ready for the final stage of the funnel, which is bottom of funnel. And over here, our friend Michael looks a lot more relaxed. He looks a lot more happy. And that's because he is finally about to find the right solution. And that's Vids Agency, essentially. So he's basically really excited to try one of these agencies that he is going to be searching for. And let's take a look at some of these keywords and how you'd want to address each one of them. So the first one over is Viral Video Marketing Agency. This doesn't get a whole lot of search volume, but it's so bottom of funnel that you'd be able to convert a decent chunk of this traffic. Globally, it's still about 160, so it's still decent volume. It's worth putting a page together. But these are typically the kinds of keywords that convert really well, because over here, the person looking at these keywords or searches is putting together a short list of options to research further and then book a call with further. Not too difficult to rank for either, which is awesome. $3.13 CPC. And what's showing up is basically it's just like a list of the different viral video marketing agencies. So, for example, if you go to the first page, you'd see like the 10 best viral video marketing agencies you have to know about. So you'd be doing the exact same thing. You'd put together a list of, for example, the top 11 to 12 best viral video marketing agencies, and then just obviously showcase Vids as one of the top solutions, and then include a really good offer. It would be best if you include Vids at the top of the page as well. This way you'll be able to drive more conversions, and just include a bunch of call to actions throughout the page as well. Same thing happening over here with best video editing services. Not a whole ton of search volume. You may need a few more backlinks, and that's because it's got a lot more global search volume. The CPC is also significantly higher because this is a little bit broader than viral video marketing, right? The pages are pretty much the same thing. So you've got like the top video editing agencies from Fiverr, etc. Like Motion Edits is like the video editing services. So they've got video editing services landing page. So you can either put together a landing page like this, or you could just cross compare the top video editing services. It's really up to you. You could put this together in the form of a landing page, including more information as well. This way you give search engines more context, increase your odds of ranking, include tons of call to actions because this is where you're going to convert. The final keyword is video production agencies. So still relatively relevant and decent intent for your business. This gets a ton of search volume, 480 searches per month. It's going to be a little bit more difficult, so you will need backlinks. 1,900 search visitors per month. Definitely commercial because it's got a roughly a $4 CPC. So it's really good, and you can see that people are even placing ads for this keyword. And then it's pretty much the same thing. People have, for example, the Social Shepherd has put together this list of the top video production agencies. So you'd want to do exactly the same thing that we'd mentioned in the viral video marketing agency section, which is put together a list of the top video production agencies. And so let's take a look at this page. They put together a list of the top 17. You'd want to do the top 20 plus, so 20 to 21, and then include Vids Agency as one of the top solutions and include tons of call to actions in there as well. This way you can drive a ton of conversions when you rank for this given keyword. So we're not done yet. Don't go anywhere. Next up, we're talking through a bird's eye view of all the different keywords that you can rank for, along with the ROI that you would generate for ranking for these keywords. And right at the end, we're going to share that extra special bonus tip that'll help you drive so much new revenue and lead flow just by doing a few key optimizations. Awesome. Thanks for sticking around all the way to the end. We're nearly there. Now we're just going to take a bird's eye view of the different keywords that you'd address. So we're just going over these 9 different keywords that you tackle in a given content or keyword sprint. But keep in mind, when you work with a company like ours, we would actually put together a sprint with 30 keywords. So not only would you be able to tackle keywords with this kind of search volume, but you'd be able to produce an article a day, which helps you get high velocity, high impact, and quickly rank your website and start generating valuable traffic very quickly. And it's really cost effective. I'll walk you through that in a quick sec. But before we do that, we're going through these top, middle, and bottom of funnel keywords where you'd essentially be driving 7,500 US dollars worth of search traffic in the US alone, and then 11.2K search visitors on a global basis. So you can only imagine the amount of lead flow that you'd be able to drive. And it doesn't take a lot of search volume for you to even see ROI, especially when you work with experienced professionals like us. So we'll show you that through this content ROI calculator that we put together for Vids. So essentially, working backwards, if you were to take 2 different scenarios, one being email and one being a direct conversion. So if we assume that your pricing is similar to your competitor Clipped, who charges $29.95 per month, and your average client stays on for about 12 months, this assumes that you've got a lifetime value or annual revenue per user of about $36,000. And when you we're also assuming that you're able to convert a 3% email subscriber to paying customer conversion rate. That puts the average value of a lead at roughly 1,100 US dollars. So our marketing subscription, where we do an entire sprint of 30 keywords, so high velocity, high impact, not only would you be able to get this amount of search volume, but you'd be able to essentially 10x the search volume. When you work with professionals like us, we charge only $1,550, and that's on a monthly basis, no commitments, no contracts, month to month. You'd be able to get really good ROI because you only need to generate 1.4 email list subscribers per month in order to get a 1-year payback on this 1550. But on a monthly basis, if you think about this pragmatically, you only realistically need this much search volume um, if you are to see that ROI on a monthly basis with that kind of spend. So if you assume that you're able to convert 1% of your visitors to email subscribers, you only really need about 144 new subscribers for your email list in order to make or justify this spend. Assuming that you're able to convert 3% and your average revenue per user is about 36,000 US dollars on an annual basis. Next, let's take a look at when visitors visit your website and they convert on the first touch. So the conversion rate is a lot lower over here. It's a 0.5% conversion rate, but we're also assuming that the average annual value of a lead is about $180. So that means each visitor to your website, if you're able to convert a 0.5% for visitor through to conversion, that puts it at about $180 that you're valuing each visitor at. So once again, our subscription month to month is about $15.50. So you only really need about 8.6 leads per month in order to just recoup 1 month spend. But if you think pragmatically again, because SEO does take time to rank and you need to keep on investing in SEO in order to get and continue getting results, if you were to take a look at some of these conversion rates, so for example, blog visit to user or paying user, if you convert at a 0.15% conversion rate, you only realistically need about 5,700 visitors per month. I want you to contrast this now with this 3,700 visitors that you'd be able to generate just from these keywords in the US alone, but then 11.2K globally. So you can see how you can very easily recoup this investment, and then SEO would very well likely be profitable when you work with a team like ours. So I know I've teased you enough. I want to talk about the bonus keyword now that you can optimize your existing web page around, and it's going to drive so much traffic, so much value, and you're going to get so many new users through it. So it's a bonus tip. Hopefully you can implement it. If you have any questions on how to implement it, please just send us a message. We'd be happy to guide you through it free of cost. So the bonus keyword is that we would recommend you optimize your homepage or landing page around short form video agency. So let's dive into this keyword. It gets about 70 search visitors per month in the US. It's not too difficult to rank for, 260 search volume globally, and it has about a $2.44 CPC. So the way that you'd want to optimize this for your existing web page around this keyword is that your existing homepage, the title tag is literally just vids, your description is missing. So there's a bunch of optimization that you can do, and a really easy quick fix is that you want to use this target keyword, which is short form video agency. So your title tag could very well be something like short form video agency dash vids. As much as we as founders like to think that we have a lot of brand awareness, unfortunately, the majority of the revenue that you're going to derive from SEO is through non-branded search traffic. So people who are actually unaware of your agency and your offering. So a really easy quick tip is to optimize your title tag around that keyword, short from video agency dash vids. Same thing in the description, the best short form video agency or the most competitive, any spin on that. Basically, you want to include the short form video agency keyword within your description, but then you also want to include it within your H1 over here, meaning your header 1 tag, and then include it within your H2 tags over here as well. So this bonus keyword would go from Michael through to Zach and help you win, and help you really start to derive a ton of traffic through just optimizing one page. And I think that this on its own will prove the value of SEO to you. But at the same time, if you have any questions on how to optimize your landing page around that keyword, just send us a message, send us an email, get in touch with us, and we'd be super happy to help you. If you want to take advantage of our introductory offer, we produce essentially 30 days worth of articles just for $300. And this will help you really easily validate SEO. The only caveat is that our spaces fill up really quickly in our Validate program. As of now, we've got two spots open in August 2024, and the spots fill up really quickly. So drop us a message, or even better, schedule a call. We'd be happy to help you. Anyone watching the video, if you're interested in having your company be covered in our How We Would Grow This series, drop a message down below or get in touch with us over Twitter or email, and we'd be happy to cover you. If you're looking to validate SEO for your company, feel free to book a call with us. We'll see if it's a good fit. If not, we'll still leave you with a ton of value. But if it is a good fit, we'll be able to help you really easy, cost effectively, and profitably validate SEO and put you towards a trajectory of building up SEO as a profitable channel for your business.